based on nose cam footage, do you guys know where we're flying? Based on the thumbnail that you clicked on the title, do you know where we're flying? Yeah, the answer is we're flying up the California coastline up toward Big Sur, and this is a really neat area. It's kind of iconic California. A really common thing to do is to get a rental car when you come out to California and drive all the way up the one. And it's, 2-lane windy road along the coastline here. For a little while, parts of it were closed because rock slides had shut it down. With all of that inconvenience being on the ground, we decided to fly up this direction in the helicopter. So far, super beautiful. Now, one of the things you might be wondering is, why are you guys flying so high? Right now we're about 1,150 feet. And the reason is this is a protected area. So there are all sorts of marine mammals and birds and, dolphins and whales down there. And they don't want aircraft flying below 1,000 feet so as not to disturb the mating habits of the indigenous animals. And I'm not one to get in anybody's business, so we're going to stay nice and high. Oh, look, a bridge.
Ooh, a pretty bridge.
Not our bridge. We're not on our mountain.
No, that's true. We're not on our mountain. That's somebody else's bridge.
Yeah.
So I'm using ForeFlight here, which is, I've got an aviation focus map, and this tells me all the things I should consider as a pilot. For example, we're in a military operation area right now. If we go up to about 1,500 feet AGL, above ground level. So that's the stuff I'm thinking about. I'm staying 1,000 feet above the surface so we don't bother all the birds and stuff down there. I do know that there are some really fancy houses, though. Like this little spot, built into the side of the hill. Whew, man. And I think is that an estate or is that a hotel?
That is always the question with coastal homes.
Yeah, well, it's the same sort of thing that happens when you're over Beverly Hills or the Hollywood Hills or something. It's
those are estates.
yeah, those are probably estates. Yeah, so some really beautiful coastline here, just pristine, untouched, just lovely. So have you guys visited this section of the one? Basically we're doing a flight all the way north along the coastline of California. We're going to wind up in Napa, and you'll see some of that stuff in another video. But we're kind of exploring areas that we haven't seen by helicopter before, and man, I can see why this is both desirable and expensive. A lot of people make this trek because it's super gorgeous, and I'm going to attest to the fact that it's super gorgeous from 1,000 feet. So is there a specific spot along here you guys think is the best? If so, tell us in the comments. I kind of wish we could just land at any of these spots.
Right?
Look at this little cove down here. Oh my gosh.
I want to spend all day in that little cove.
I want to live a helicopter lifestyle in that cove.
What cove?
Right below us. So we're gonna.
So
if you look out of your window right beneath us, kiddo, you'll be able to see this little cove where it's got the sand and the rocks and the splashing and the poop-covered rocks from the birds. Oh, that's gorgeous.
They'll do that.
Also, I'm noting that even though there's a lot of cars on the road, there's no other aircraft going over here. There's nobody. There's us. It's
Which is good because we're so busy looking at that cove.
Yeah. You'll be happy to know I am checking the maps, though, to make sure that that we're flying safely.
That makes me happy.
Oh yeah, this little point that comes out here too, and
You're admiring this point.
I'm seeing some glass that makes me think that some rich person has a very nice house just on the edge there. Yeah, look at that.
Wow.
Oh yeah, here's another one. So this is just this beautiful rock precipice, and is that just like a house just built over? Who is this person?
You almost used a profanity.
Yeah, good try, Sensi. Thank you for being there for us when we needed you, but no, I'm good. That is quite the lookout, though. My gosh.
And how did they do that? Because this whole area is very protected.
What I expect is that if you see a house here, it was built at some point before that was a big problem.
Yeah.
Now this is an interesting thing. If you look up the nose here, you've got this green pastoral section, and one of the things that surprised me, maybe it's just my expectation for California is well, if there's a beautiful spot, we should put some luxury condos on it. But instead, when you fly along here, you see that there's just a lot of open space. There's room for cows to graze, and it's how much must it cost on a per cow basis to keep a cow living over overlooking the ocean? Yeah.
60% of this land is owned by government agencies.
Okay.
And the document that protects this is one of the most stringent in the country.
Gotcha. So this is like super protected land,
Yes.
and they want it to be used like for a variety of purposes, including like cool cow grazing.
Yes, they don't want to allow any development.
Look at these houses up on the ledge here too. This is going to be the Muzio family envy tour of the Central California coastline. Wow, what a spot though, man. I've said it in a zillion different videos, but I'll say it again. I can't afford to live there, but I can afford to bother the people who do. Of course, I'm kidding. I try to fly friendly. It's funny because you have such a different perspective when you're on the ground versus in the air. Ah, what a cool little spot. Yeah, the little beach there, kind of protected beach with the rocks.
Beautiful.
I'm just going to take a moment just to say how grateful I am that we're here, because one of the big dreams I had for a long time, I wanted to fly with the family, and the old helicopter didn't really allow that, just because it was a little cramped, pretty slow. It would have taken a very, very, very long time to get to this point.
And flying. A lot of sweat, too.
A lot of sweat. It didn't have air conditioning. We've got the air conditioning going because it's kind of a warm day here on the coastline. Yeah, it might seem silly to have super restrictive protections, but this is a really pristine, beautiful area, and I'm glad that long after we're gone, other people will be able to come along and enjoy it in this same fashion.
Those other people. I'm just glad we can enjoy it.
Yeah, we want to land there and litter.
I agree. That's a very...
I want a coal-fired toast, microwave, and I'm going to make some Tostino's pizza rolls, and then I'm going to leave the packaging in the middle of that beautiful field. Take that, cows. Yeah, it looks like we're kind of getting up toward the end. The rockiness will disperse, and then it'll flatten out a little bit. That'll take us over toward Monterey. This is a neat spot, though.
Thank you for bringing us here.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was Point Sur, and then we're just going to keep going a little bit north along the shoreline, and then blast over to Monterey. So what do you think, sweetie? Like, how you feeling up in this area?
I'm so grateful to be here. This is just spectacular. And driving on the road is a wonderful way to experience it, but to be able to see it from an angle that is new is wonderful.
Yeah. And on a personal note, as a guy who's extremely impatient, cruising along behind like a Volkswagen van on the one, that's a lovely way to go, but this is a little snappier. A quick explosion of coastal delight.
And to be able to choose if we want to see more of the ocean, more of the inland part, just depending on what's looking the most picturesque.
I've also decided that explosion of ocean delight is the perviest way I could have possibly said we're flying along the coast.
Like, how do we censor that? I don't know.
Yeah, that's Sensi will figure it out. Oh, is this the Bixby Canyon Bridge? Based on all the cars, I bet that's the one.
Yeah.
That's a really cool looking bridge. Oh yeah. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna end the video with this bridge. This feels like a perfectly good bookend.
Yeah, it's so pretty.
So they chose to build it out of concrete to save money so they could pay the workers a fair wage and so that it would blend in better with the natural surroundings.
Oh, like instead of making it a steel bridge? Or like making it out of straw, kind of like a Three Little Pig situation? But the first architect built his bridge out of... Okay, you guys, we really appreciate you joining us, and we really appreciate Flying Eyes Sunglasses for helping support this endeavor. Flying is very expensive, and we really appreciate having great glasses. And if you appreciate our channel and you want to support us, and you appreciate aviation-grade sunglasses, feel free to get yourself a pair of Flying Eyes. Well, thank you for joining us on this flight up the California coastline. If you like the video, feel free to hit the like button. If you'd like to see more of these kinds of videos, you can hit subscribe. And if you're curious what we're doing between these kinds of videos, you can give us a follow over on Instagram. I'm this guy, she's that girl. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.